Good morning, McKinney High School. I'm Kevin Osborne.
And I'm Jamie Weiss, and you're watching MHS1. London Woodbury, a former student athlete at McKinney High School, has recently signed with FC Dallas to play for the 2013 season. Here's Emily Brightman and Ashley Harbert with more.
Former McKinney High Lion London Woodbury recently signed to play for FC Dallas.
I started playing when I was 4 years old. In high school, I started playing for the academy team and everything, which is I guess a step below the reserve team. From there, I started getting more exposure, got called to the U18 national team, started getting looked at by colleges, went to Maryland, ended up staying for 4 years, and then I actually thought after my junior year I was going to leave because I had a pretty solid season, but FC Dallas wasn't ready for me, and I was kind of frustrated, so I guess that kind of gave me a little extra motivation. And I ended up having a good season this past season, and I got a call from who's my agent now, Spencer Wadsworth, saying that FC Dallas wants to sign you and everything, so let's start talking negotiations and whatnot. And Pocock's a great guy. He's always had my back, and I feel like even as a freshman, he kind of saw my potential and whatnot, so I got to give a lot of credit to him because he kind of believed in me.
The years that London was on the team, I remember as some of our highest scoring years. You know, London himself, his junior year, set the single season scoring record with 38 goals. He was just a character from his freshman year, a little skinny self with a white headband his freshman sophomore year, until you know, things really matured and signed with the FC Dallas Juniors. London's the first and definitely deserves to be the first McKinney Lion to go pro.
I love the game so much, and I've been playing it for so long. I feel like that's what keeps me going, is just having so much fun out there and just being able to do what I love on a day-to-day basis.
This has been Emily Brightman, Ashley Harbert, and Violet Carrera reporting for MHS1.
After spring break, there will be a Shave for the Brave pep rally Friday, March 22nd.
Shave for the Brave is a pep rally that we have at McKinney High School where we raise money for Relay for Life. We're going to shave teachers and students' heads.
We started our Relay for Life team 2 years ago after my sister passed away. Tate came to me and said, we'd really like to make a team in honor of your sister, and that was completely fine with me. So we started a fundraiser through the school, and that's how Shave for the Brave came about, and that way we were able to raise money for not only our team, but it was just more money that our team could donate to the foundation.
Last year I participated in Shave for the Brave to help motivate kids. You know, it's always good for the kids to see you do funny things, and it's for a good cause, so it was certainly worth losing a little bit of hair over, even though it doesn't grow back as well, unfortunately.
Shaving your hair is a great way to show support, and it helps you get a feel of how that person is living, what their life is like.
So excited. I'm really excited.
This has been Rachel Winups, Taryn Kennedy, Ashley Brenna, and Connor Powers reporting for MHS1.
Hey Kevin, are you taking broadcasting next year?
It's audio-video production, Jamie. Here's more about next year's class. Next year, broadcasting is going to have a new name and a prerequisite.
The prerequisite is DIM, or Digital Interactive Media, and in DIM you would get a survey of a variety of things such as video production, web design, graphic design, any Adobe software, so that includes Flash, Dreamweaver, Premiere. You'll get experience in all those things.
Mr. Brady thinks DIM prepares you for audio-video production.
You'll learn enough so that you're ready to hit the ground running when it comes time to take the audio-video course or the graphic design course or the animation course. You'll learn how to shoot video, you'll learn how to edit video, you'll learn how to animate objects, you'll learn how to do 2D page layout, that type of stuff.
The same amount of people will be let in as long as they apply online.
The amount of people who are let in is not going to change. You still have to fill out an application, and the staff size will probably remain the same, around 90 to 100 students.
Applications are online at mainstreamnews.com. This has been Kevin Osborne and Connor Jones reporting for MHS1. Now here's Emily Brightman.
Thanks guys. Girls soccer plays at Kimbrough Field tonight against Plano West at 7:30. Boys soccer plays Plano West at home. The lacrosse season has been heating up. Here's Matt, Ashley, and Zach with a look at the season so far.
The high schools in McKinney joined together to form the McKinney lacrosse team, coached by McKinney High School's own Coach Carney.
Obviously getting these kids together to play the game of lacrosse, it's a little bit difficult at times because you have two schools, Boyd and McKinney High, getting together and such.
One of the big things that people don't really get when they first start playing lacrosse is how to catch and throw. That's probably one of the hardest things because you got to learn how to keep the ball in while you're getting hit and to learn how to throw while you're getting hit. So that's pretty tough, but once you get that down, it's pretty easy. Then you go from there and you learn different skills.
Philosophy that I promote to my players is responsibility. They have a big responsibility. You know, you don't just play to play the game. You play the game because you love it, but you're also a team.
I would say it's a combination of a lot of sports. Probably the biggest misconception of people that don't play lacrosse and don't know much about it is they just think that we run around just for fun and hit each other with sticks. There's actually a strategy to it. We actually call plays. We actually do different things to where we can get open, and it's more than just running around. So far I see the season going good. We started off really good. Our only loss was to Allen, which is tough, of course, since we've beaten them the past 3 years. But from there on, I think we're going to do good. I think our season will do pretty well. I think we might make it to state finals this year since we're projected to go really far.
This has been Matt Reynolds, Ashley Harbor, and Zach Falls reporting for MHS1.
Softball plays their first district game tonight at 7 at home, and the baseball boys are in a tournament in Denison. That's all for sports. Now back to you.
Thanks, Emily. Because of movies like The Hunger Games and Brave, the sport archery has risen in popularity. Garrett Whitehead and Grant Yoder give us the inside scoop on this new craze.
Outdoor Education competed recently in their annual archery competition. Students were taught the basics of shooting a bow and how to compete.
It's very, very fun and just, it gets you into it very well, and once you learn to shoot a bow, all you want to do is shoot a bow, and I think that it's a really good hobby to have, and that when you learn to shoot a bow, it just keeps you wanting to do it more.
They taught us the 11 steps of success, which is how to stand, is like your stance, how to shoot the bow, how to hold the bow, and all that, getting you prepared to actually shoot it at a target.
I think when it comes to what I've learned, I really just gained a stronger knowledge of what we call 11 steps to success for archery, because I've bow hunted for the past almost 10 years now. And so I've already had knowledge on how to shoot a bow and how to be successful with that, but I have learned more of a way to keep a better technique.
This has been Grant Yoder and Garrett Whitehead reporting for MHS1.
If you've taken a look around the school, you can see that the seniors are a little under the weather. Here's Jamie Weiss and Ashley Harbor with more on the story.
Every spring, thousands of high school seniors across the country become infected with a deadly disease known as senioritis. So McKinney High School, what is it?
Senioritis is just one of those terms that we apply to high school seniors when they get to where they really don't want to be here at school.
Well, senioritis is a very serious disease that affects many of our young people. Its symptoms include just an extreme lack of motivation, academic apathy, and general indifference towards grades.
Senior Kevin Ali explains his own experiences with this disease.
I was probably infected as soon as I sent off my first college application, and then it all hit and went from there. And every day getting generally worse. You will get infected. It's inevitable unless you're Michael Robinson or Sujata, and I mean, even they might get infected, so.
I don't have it.
I don't think I have it. I mean, I'm still doing my work, but I do seem to get a lot more distracted this year than I have been.
This then poses the question, is there a cure?
Unfortunately, there is no cure for senioritis, but as an educator, I have to do the best that I can to try and help motivate students to really get out of bed and, you know, quit being sick. So I try and provide extra motivation, whether that be contacting parents or pulling the students aside and seeing if they're all right, you know, first of all, and really, you know, trying to do the best that I can to fight this disease.
So what are the necessary steps moving forward into this infected world?
The best thing is do your work as quickly as you can so you get it behind you.
It's really bad now, but as I said, I think there's a much stronger, more potent form probably 4 years from now. 4 or 5, maybe even 6 years from now. Just kind of depends on the track that you take once you get into college. But if you think it's bad now, just wait.
This has been Jamie Weiss and Ashley Harbert reporting for MHS1.
Hey Jamie, have you ever seen Bigfoot?
I haven't, but I know some people who have. Here's Peyton Upshaw and Liana Olmeda to take us on the hunt for Bigfoot.
An hour northeast of McKinney, Texas is the town of Honey Grove, where recently Bigfoot has been spotted.
Well, a witness reported just about exactly a year ago he was coming from his uncle's property down this way, headed out towards the highway, and as he came down through this low area, it was kind of flooded and he was going slow. And as he came through this area, he looked up on the ridge of this hill and there was a large animal running on 2 legs across the road and over this fence. My name's Jerry Heston, and I'm with the Texas Bigfoot Research Conservancy. We're a nonprofit organization that bases out of Texas, and we research the 4-state area of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Louisiana. And our mission is to document an unknown species that we believe lives in this area. Bigfoot's an American icon. I mean, everybody knows what you're talking about when you say that word, and it has grown in popularity. A Hopkins County deputy sheriff wrote us and said he had a story for us, and I contacted him. And that night after the show, he sent me this picture. He went over to the house. He had a wooden pallet pig pen fence built around his barn, and him and his dad went down there with the guy he was shaking, and there's these huge footprints all around, like 3 different sizes. So they followed it down into a creek and up into a pasture where an attorney from Dallas had some land, just vacation land, and he had an A-frame house there that he stayed in when he came down, and the tracks went around the house and the back screen had been pulled off, and they kept following it towards the dairy, and finally it got so grassy it kind of petered out. I thought, if there's something like that that actually lives out in the woods, I've got to see it.
This has been Peyton Upshaw
and Liana Almeida reporting for MHS1.
Now here's Emily Brightman and Ashley Harbor with another teacher home invasion.
Wave. Can you say hi? Come on in. Hello. Your room? Okay. It's okay. Show me your light. Where did you get that? Remember? Was it Mommy's?
Jasmine, there's here, and it's not, and this one, and there's symbol, and there's tail, and then there's memory, and there's no light. Emily.
Just gonna lay down. That's her part.
And this is the stove. And that's Mommy's teapot.
Yeah, what's your favorite food?
Chicken nuggets. Oh, I need to go potty. I need to go potty. Hey, excuse me. Look, she yells a frog sound. No, not that side. This side.
My name is Brittany Sutherland, and I teach senior English and senior Avid at McKinney High School. I actually did my student teaching there when I was finishing up college, and I've worked there ever since. So I was really lucky to get a job there, and I was excited to work at my alma mater because I think it's cool to give back to the school that kind of made me who I am. So this has been Emily Brightman and Ashley Harbor reporting for MHS1. Well, that's all we have for you today.
For more news, go to mainstreamnews.com.
That's right, and remember, if it's news,
And it's at McKinney High School.
it's MHS1.